First things first.
The Pacers' win over the Cavs last night officially eliminated the Raptors from playoff contention. And while we all can be distracted by tonight's matchup with Kawhi and the Clippers, on the eve of the 2-year anniversary of the shot, there is no doubt the focus shifts to lottery balls and free agency in what could be a transformational offseason for the organization, just as I told you at the deadline. The greatest player in franchise history is unsigned beyond this season, but Kyle Lowry is not the Raptors' most important free agent. That title probably belongs to team president Masai Ujiri. In fact, even with the best one-year Raptor of all time, Kawhi Leonard potentially a free agent too, the Raptors' president could be the biggest free agent in all of the NBA this offseason. Don't believe me? Just think this is the local guy hyping something up, doing the hyperbole thing. Okay, if you don't believe me, will you believe Woj?
Potentially the biggest free agent in the NBA this summer, maybe the most impactful, and I'd include players and coaches in that too.
ESPN insider Adrian Wojnarowski is plugged in as anyone. Now, all season long, Masai has deflected questions about his future while securing Nick Nurse and GM Bobby Webster on contract extensions. He has put off talk about his own. Now it's being reported that Masai will sit down after the season's done with MLSE chairman Larry Tannenbaum to begin negotiations. But the question is, what does Masai want? For MLSE, this should be as close to a blank check situation as you get after the run of success the Raptors have had under Masai. And this is the first time since 2013 that they won't be in the playoffs, not coincidentally. That's the same spring that Ujiri was hired as executive vice president and general manager. And it began a streak of 7 straight seasons in the playoffs, a streak that started, if you remember, with F. Brooklyn. And culminated in 2019 with the championship.
We wanted to win in Toronto, and we were born in Toronto. Yeah!
Since Masai was hired, the Raptors have the best winning percentage in the Eastern Conference and third highest in the NBA, behind only the Warriors and the Spurs. I mean, think of the teams that have floundered in the search of something this consistent. The Minnesotas, the Atlantas, the New Orleans. Need I go on? Hell, just talk to a Raptors fan who predates Ujiri, and they can tell you what it can be like and what it isn't. No late first round and second round steals like, I don't know, Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, and OG Anunoby. No Fred VanVleet signed as an undrafted free agent, not to mention the Andrea Bargnani trade, the Serge Ibaka or Marc Gasol trades, or pulling off a deal for Kawhi Leonard. And don't even get me started on the Grievous Vasquez trade again. What I'm trying to say is that Masai's value has never been higher. And while we know there has been interest from other NBA teams like the Knicks and the Wizards, there is also a literal world of opportunity in front of him. And it goes beyond the NBA. He's been growing his Giants of Africa program for almost 20 years now. And that's played a part in the BAL, the new professional league on the continent, in the partnership with the NBA, which begins its inaugural season this weekend. And let's be honest, his influence goes beyond basketball. Last February, he traveled to Africa with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in support of Canada's bid for a seat on the UN Security Council. After Kawhi left in 2019, the summer of 2021 has always been a potential turning point for the franchise. But with Giannis and other max-level targets seemingly off the table, is this the perfect time for Masai to move on? Could leading the Raptors' young core of Pascal, Fred, and OG back to title contention be enough of a challenge to bring him back? Or will Raptors fans be faced with losing the franchise's greatest player and greatest executive in team history in the same summer? If you weren't around for the early days of the franchise, that's what it felt like. Often losing the big players on the team for nothing. Nada. It's also the very reason why Masai just might be the most valuable free agent in franchise history.
First things first.